welcome to New Release Tuesday. I'm your host and tea expert, Liz. So our first book of the week is Velveteen by Daniel Marks, also known on the booktubes as Danny Marks YA, one of our very own, and this is about a 16-year-old girl named Velveteen, and she is killed and does not know why, and she is sent to purgatory. And so somehow she is able to go between purgatory and Earth and actually try to find her killer and kind of seek revenge on that person. And so she tries to do that, and in that she kind of makes a crack in that wall. Yeah. But yeah, it sounds like a really awesome book, very different for YA. Definitely on like the darker-ish side of things. But it seems like a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to go pick that up today. All You Never Wanted by Adele Griffin, and this reminds me of a Bass Hunter song. But, is it called Bass Hunter? I'm not sure. But, this is a story about two siblings, two girls, and they are Alex and Thea. And Thea is very envious of Alex's life and everything, wishes that she could not kill her. But she does spin the truth a lot. And this seems like a very, whoa, contemporary novel where it's just like, oh my gosh, things get bad. But it makes me thankful that all my sister and I did when we were younger was bicker a lot. Romeo Redeemed by Stacey J, and this is the sequel to Juliet Immortal, which is basically a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, except for the fact that they are enemies. Foxfire by Karen Kinsey. This is about a guy who, he has magical fox powers. It's the third book in the other series, and apparently I think it's a spin on a Japanese folk tale, and it makes me wonder if in Japan, do they have their own Hogwarts? Beautiful Music for Ugly Children by Kristen Conn Mills, and this is about a trans boy, a girl, what words? It's about a boy who is born a girl, and he wishes to live as a boy, and he's having interesting time of his life. He is involved in this radio show that he has been putting on, and it's gaining popularity to the point where he is able to audition for another station in Chicago, and so he's kind of hoping to get out of his town and live the good life. Demon Eyes by Scott Tracy, and this is the sequel to Witch Eyes, and apparently it's about a boy who has slayed a demon and son of the powerful warlock, and finds love on the dark side, and finds out some family secrets that might risk his life. Mystic City by Theo Lawrence, and this sounds pretty interesting. Apparently it's a kind of like, if you liked Match, Hunger Games, X-Men, and Blade Runner, you will like this novel, which is a lot of different fandoms, if I might say so. Winter White by Jen Kalanina, and this is the second book in the Bells series, and there's these two girls who are gearing up for a cotillion season, and they find out that they have, even though they have very different last names, they have more in common than just the roof over their head. So, drama! What Happens Next by Colleen Clayton, and this seems like a super cray novel. It's about this girl named Sid who has had the perfect life with perfect grades and perfect friends and the great times. And then she goes on the ski trip and she meets this college guy, and she wakes up the next day and doesn't remember anything. And so it seems like very much like, whoa, real life, whoa, what is happening right now? And apparently he steals a lock of her hair or something. I'm not sure, but this seems like a thrilling kind of, and also it reminds me of an episode of Veronica Mars, the episode where all these girls, they wake up and their heads shaved. If you remember that episode, kudos, because it's probably going to be that kind of caliber of book. The Unfailing Light by Robin Bridges, and this is the Russian aristocracy set in fantasy. The Fitzosborns at War by Michelle Cooper, and this is about a family who flees, it's actually like a royal family who flees their country because the Nazis come to town, and they're like, whoa, we don't want to be in the middle of this, so we will leave. And this is the second book in the series, I believe, and it looks like a great time. I like World War II set things, and so I'm gonna pick this series up, definitely, for sure. The Opposite of Hallelujah by Anna Jarzab, and this is about this girl who has been kind of raised as an only child. Her sister left home like about 8 years ago and now has decided to return, which kind of flips Caro's world upside down. Paradise by Joanna Naden, and this is about a girl named Billy who she moves into her grandmother's old house because she has inherited her grandmother's house, and to find the mysteries of her mother's past, as well as finding out who her real dad is. And there's some mysterious things going on in this small town that she is kind of taken upon herself to find out. Time Between Us by Tamara Ireland Stone, and this is about two people, Anna and Bennett, and they live in very different times and places. Anna lives in 1995 in Chicago, and Bennett lives in 2012 in San Francisco, California, and he can time travel. And so at first this struck me as kind of like the Lake House kind of book. Kind of like, you know, Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. Anyways, this book looks like a lot of fun. Not necessarily like sci-fi, it seems a little bit more contemporary, but it's kind of like, you know, what's gonna happen? There's always like something that's like gonna stop him from seeing her and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how this book unfolds. After, 19 Stories of Apocalypse and Dystopia, and this is edited by Ellen Datlow, and there's a whole bunch of authors in this anthology, kind of like, you know, if you're familiar with YA, you know Beth Revis and Carrie Ryan, and if you've read the Wicked series, you've heard of Gregory Maguire. There's also Garth Nix and a slew of other people. Basically, this book is about like the aftermath of like what you know, apocalypse, World War III, different things like that. And so it seems like a very good book if you're interested in those kinds of things. I know I am. So, and I'm very picky about my dystopians, so I think this one is worth picking up. Valkyrie Rising by Ingrid Paulsen, and this is about a girl who she just wants to go on vacation. Going on vacation in, I think, Norway, and her brother comes along and she's like, oh, don't bring your friend, and of course he brings his friend. God, how inconsiderate of him. And then the brother and the friend go missing, and there are rumors of kidnapping. So you didn't think that was gonna happen. So that is all for this week in YA. I hope you enjoyed some of these titles. Tell me below if you've read any of them, and also Goodreads links below. So tell me if you like these books. Go buy them, go do things, and I'm going to go edit and sneeze some more. Yay, cold! I'm losing my voice. Goodbye.